No. Man, that's frustrating.
All right. Are we doing it?
Yeah, it's on already.
Is it?
Yeah, we are on. Yeah.
Doesn't show up on here.
I know we need to share it and everything.
Can you guys hear us now?
Whoever is on and whoever.
People are on another one. Come to the other.
I need to just put it on the community post again. Why is this? This is so annoying.
Can you just edit that? This is ridiculous. I can't believe how much we tried.
I know, we did our best.
We had it all set up yesterday. We tried it out. It all sounded good. Okay, but this looks way better.
Yeah, this looks better, I think. Can you hear us good? Well.
I think the mic still might not be working, but at least the camera looks better. Okay.
Awesome. I'm glad
we'll give everyone a few minutes, but while we wait, just tell us where you're watching from and maybe how you spent New Year's last night. You're okay. Yeah, classic. Why is that? Okay.
Yeah,
just gonna make sure that this
tried our best. I've literally been working for the last like 20 minutes to try to get our microphone going, and of course it's just
I know
does not want it. I might also just do this, make it a little bit more like normal. Awesome, Regina, Ontario, Cuenca, Ecuador. Man, that's awesome. Alberta. Man, a lot of people from Canada. That's great.
Our channel. You know.
Oh, everybody's here.
Yeah, everyone's coming. Okay. Yeah. People are finding it somehow.
Yeah, I might still try and like work on getting it to this one as well, because there's two different.
Oh yeah. We'll just give everyone a few minutes. Hopefully they make it here somehow.
We are so professional.
I know.
It hurts.
It's okay. I think this looks better than last time.
Yeah,
when we did our one in Costa Rica, it was just the worst quality ever.
Well, yeah.
I mean, the sound. Tell us if the sound sucks. I don't know if the mic is working, but hopefully it's okay.
Cuenca.
People are
Idaho.
Cool.
Reading, Pennsylvania.
Happy New Year, Sammy and Tommy. I picture you're both good. Nice. Iran, welcome.
Wow.
Wow, that's so cool.
Looks better, sounds fine. That's good. That's the best we can hope for, I think.
That sounds as clear as a bell.
Wow,
we love
that's
it.
Excellent.
Wow, there's lots of you here. Okay, awesome. I'm gonna start this and then.
We're also doing this on Instagram as well,
which we've literally never done. So this could be a terrible idea. This could be an awful idea.
We're doing our best here.
Are you in it?
Yeah, I think I'm in it. That works.
Look at us, 2023, a year of trying new things.
Yeah, we are so advanced.
Yeah, so advanced. Cool. Well,
that's great.
I say
should we just dive right into it? Yeah. Awesome. Well, Happy New Year. Welcome.
Yeah, welcome.
To our first live stream of the year.
Yeah.
And our first live stream actually in 10 months?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Yeah. We were thinking that maybe this year we'll try to do this a bit more often just because our videos are getting more and more behind.
Yeah.
So they're not actually up to date with what we're doing.
Yeah.
So we're thinking that maybe once in a while we'll just do this and then,
yeah,
you can kind of see where we're up to, what we're up to more up to date.
Yeah, that's right.
Hello, everyone that's saying hi.
Yeah, it's great. All the Instagram people.
I feel more nervous about this than in our videos because it's just everyone's just watching us right now,
It's awesome. I love it. It's good.
It's awesome. It's funny. Cool.
Let's see. What do we got here? Nice.
Okay. Well.
What do we talk about?
Do you want to do first announcement?
Yes, that's right. Okay, so the big thing for this live is that we have different announcements going on.
Yeah, and it's kind of three.
Yeah, three big things. And our before we actually start, I think we kind of want to plug the fact that we have a newsletter now. This is something that we've been working on for like a year. I've been writing the newsletters, and I just have been doing a horrible job getting them out.
They're really well done. You're not doing a horrible job.
No, just getting them out at all. I'd like to get like a monthly newsletter going, and I think we'll have it set up in the description of both of these. I think it's basically just on our website, and then we have the newsletter you can just sign up for, and we're going to try and make it a little bit more personal than what we have in like our videos and stuff. Like the videos are great because they sum up like what we've been up to, but I think having a newsletter kind of gives you the ins and outs of like what is actually going on. And if they're put out once a month, we'll be able to explain a little bit more about where we are and what we're doing. So,
and what's coming next. And Eric writes them, and I think they're really funny. I'm always laughing really hard. You're a really good writer.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are. I actually think they're really good. If you've read the newsletter, you should comment that it's really good.
Yeah.
Give Eric some feedback. But
makes it way more real.
I think you're a great writer.
Yeah, that's right. But I guess our first actual big announcement for you guys is that we're traveling again.
Woo!
I think that the Instagram people will not be surprised by this. But for YouTube, because it's basically just been van life and our tip series, we are very excited that we are not in Canada anymore.
We're internationally traveling. So if you have any guesses, you should let us know. If you have a guess, obviously those on Instagram, you should maybe know where we are if you've been following along. But anyone on YouTube have any guesses where we are? No.
Let's see.
No one has any idea. Or is it just?
Or are we just slow?
It could be. Is there a delay?
Now it's just awkward because we're waiting.
Now I feel awkward.
Europe.
Yeah, there we go. You're getting
Somebody
some
says Colombia. Somebody says it's very green. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Obviously, we're not in any snowy location. Venezuela.
The Instagrammers don't even all know where we are. A Spanish-speaking country. Yeah. We're a little obsessed with those. So. Yeah, well, okay, so people did guess it, a few. We are in Colombia.
Yeah, that's right. We've been in Colombia actually already for like a month and a half, two months now.
Almost 2 months now.
And it's been awesome.
Yeah.
We love it.
We absolutely love it here. We've been kind of all over the country already. Right now we're in Medellin. So we spent New Year's here last night. It was super fun. Just walking around the streets, a bunch of fireworks right on the sidewalk. So we've been exploring all over, and it's kind of been nice having our tip series because it's allowed us to like enjoy the country and move at whatever pace we want to, and not feel like we have to film a video to post on the weekend, you know? So we've been filming a lot of videos here in Colombia, but it's nice to be able to have time to like brainstorm what kind of videos we want to do.
That's awesome.
So it's exciting. We are excited to be here, and we're excited to show you guys too.
So like we have our first videos actually coming up this coming Saturday. Like Sarah said, we're super pumped to be having like travel content again. It's been so fun to be filming. We have been filming a lot of videos while we've been here. And so our first one is coming out on Saturday.
And I think our next like 3 videos might be the most excited I've been for videos in a long time. Like I'm so excited.
That's right.
We don't want to give too much away, but we actually did not start in Colombia. So we have 2 videos leading up to Colombia. And then we just have our first one in Colombia is so fun. I'm so excited.
So I mean, maybe we should just give a little bit of a preview. Basically, we didn't start in Colombia. We started in Panama. So Panama, we flew there and we were only there for like 2 days. So
it was really fun though.
We
packed
really
a lot
fun.
in those 2 days in Panama City.
But then we actually sailed from Panama to Colombia. So that is our first couple of videos that are coming up this weekend and the following. So
I'm so excited. That was like a trip that we literally wanted to do for years. Even before we started planning our whole year of travel, Eric came across that trip and was like, we need to do this.
I don't care where we end up, but we need to end up going somewhere between Colombia and Panama.
And like versa. In the last 2 years, we've talked about doing it multiple times, but we always just like, it was the wrong season or the wrong direction that we were traveling and it never happened. So we're really excited to show you. Right. It's going to be, I think that'll be fun videos. Hopefully.
Someone just asked, do you guys plan to visit all 22 Spanish-speaking countries?
It has
I
been
think
that.
that's
I think it is kind of secretly a
Yeah,
goal. We
yeah.
talked about that like a year ago. We're not really like big like goal setters though, because we don't like to get disappointed if our
Yeah.
minds change. We're usually like like what do we feel like doing 2 months from now, you know?
Yeah, totally. But I think like we're very attached to like Spanish speaking countries in general, like Latin America. Obviously, that's where most of our travel content is. And there's a reason. We just love it. We both speak Spanish. We love the culture and the varying cultures between the countries
we
as
like
well is so interesting.
Comparing different Spanish speaking countries.
Exactly.
I don't know. We do like that's the problem though, is we do want to see like Europe and Southeast Asia and Africa. But I feel like every time we talk about what country is next, it always ends up being a Spanish speaking country. So I feel like at some point we just need to commit to
I think so.
This is what we're doing. I don't know. Should we go to all 22 countries?
Yeah, what do you guys think?
I think we should. I think it would be really fun. Happy New Year to everyone that's just joining now too. There's a bunch of people saying hi. Yeah, so, well, I guess we can just open it up to questions now before our other announcement.
Totally.
If you have any questions about our current travels or just anything.
Yeah.
YouTube, what we're doing, our next plans.
Did we lose any Spanish while we were in Canada?
Yeah, I would say it's always a little bit hard coming back into it.
Yeah.
Not necessarily that you lose it, but you just like forget.
Yeah.
I don't even know. But it's almost like you forget that it exists. Like it's hard to think about it, but then when you come back and you're in conversation with people, it's like, oh yeah, I know that word.
Yeah.
But at home, if you were to say like, oh, say a paragraph in Spanish, I'd be like, you know?
Yeah, I think, for me, I feel like it's just, I always forget that I speak Spanish, you know, like it feels like, oh, I don't speak Spanish at all. But then you get into a conversation and you end up like, wow, it all just like comes back like right away, which is nice. But you do kind of like feel like when we were in Canada for like 6 months, it did feel like maybe we weren't going to be able to do it, but it's been totally fine.
Yeah, it's good. It's always good to get back into it. Yeah. And I mean, it is a little hard because every country has some different like idioms and stuff too, and slang. So it's always when you first get to a new country, it's like, oh my goodness, I don't remember anything. Yeah. But then after like a week or so, you're like, okay, we're doing fine.
Totally.
Someone asked about Chile or Argentina.
Oh man, I feel I'm 100% down to go to those countries. That is definitely on the list. Yeah,
when we were in Ecuador, we had a lot of friends from Chile and Argentina, and they were all so wonderful and had great things to say.
Yeah, totally.
Also, a lot of people guess that we're Argentinian.
Yeah, a lot of people
like
think
we need
that
to
we're
go there.
Yeah.
Like once we're speaking Spanish, a lot of people are like, "Oh, are you from Argentina?" We're like, "What?"
Yeah. But we don't have the accent.
No.
So that's a dead giveaway.
Yeah. But maybe, I don't know. Maybe we just look Argentinian. Yeah. I feel like we should just go see if we fit in.
Let's see.
What are the questions?
Ecuador.
How long will you be staying in Colombia? So we've been in Colombia for almost 2 months already, and we'll be here for another month.
That's right.
And then we go to another country.
That's right. But we'll have videos coming out for the next like 2 months.
Yeah.
And we haven't finished our videos in Colombia, so we are still like filming and making a lot of stuff. But over the next 2 months, basically just going to be all Colombia, which is we're really excited about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We're excited to show you guys Colombia. I feel like Colombia is a very underrated country.
Yeah, in a lot of ways. I think a lot of travelers do come here.
Yeah, it's getting
But
traction.
I think a lot of people are afraid, or like they think it's dangerous.
Yeah.
I think it's like a really dangerous country to come to.
Yeah.
Which is not true.
Yeah. Are you in Medellin proper or in the suburbs? We are in Laureles right now.
Yeah. Proper.
So proper. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
We haven't truthfully explored too much in Medellin yet.
That's right.
But
we've been taking it easy.
Yeah.
You know, Christmas, New Year's.
Working.
What
have you enjoyed the most about Colombia?
The most about Colombia?
Yeah.
I think people have been amazing.
Yeah.
They are just so vibrant, like very, very happy and laughing and like, I don't know. I just really enjoy that aspect of it. And not that like other countries have been like cold or anything. Mm-mm. It's just that like Colombians are like extra
They have
excited.
a lot of energy. Yeah, like anytime you walk anywhere, there's guaranteed like somebody dancing, somebody like singing at the top of their lungs.
Yeah.
Like people are just super friendly when they share stories.
Totally.
Or even last night at like New Year's, it like hits midnight and our server just runs up to us and gives us both a big hug. Like we hadn't even talked to the guy other than ordering a drink.
Totally.
But just like big hugs. Like people are just super friendly.
Yeah.
And I love it.
We
big
really
energy.
it
big always feels like it's a big party everywhere you go.
Totally.
It's a lot of fun.
And also like color, like a lot of color here, which is great.
Like the streets,
The streets, just different, lots of murals and stuff in different areas. It's awesome.
It's really cool.
Beautiful. Have we been to Watape yet?
We have not, but we're going there soon.
Yeah.
Next week.
Yeah, next week. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, my brother and his friend are going to be joining us. Woohoo! Family. So we've been kind of saving that trip to do with them because they're going to be here in like a week and a half. So we're going to go with them.
Somebody is trying to understand what we're saying, but they speak Cachical and Spanish.
Shoot, we need to do a Spanish live stream.
Yeah.
That would be stressful. I feel like that would be really hard.
I know.
But any plans to go to Toronto? Ooh. I mean, I have been to Toronto. Eric has literally never been to Toronto.
No, I've never been to Ontario. I've never been east of Winnipeg, which is kind of sad.
It's embarrassing for how much you travel, how little you traveled in Canada.
Yeah. It's more expensive. It's a lot more like, I don't know, flights across Canada are crazy.
Yeah. They are really expensive.
Can be.
But I don't know. That's also on the list to do a big cross Canada road trip one day.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I'm sure we would do meetups if we did that.
Oh,
that
100%. Yeah, the meetups.
Yeah, that'd be really fun. What other ones? Or just miss it? We were in there. Someone asked, did you not visit Panama or did you just miss it? We were there in September and planned to move there. And I wondered if you skipped over it. So we didn't have too much time to spend in Panama. So we flew to Panama City and then we just spent pretty much 48 hours there before starting our sailing trip. So we did miss the majority of Panama. Yeah. I guess technically we were in Panama for a week.
We will eventually do Panama, but it was like a more cost-effective thing for us to go to go through Panama and then sail to Colombia. It was actually just cheaper for us to do that than to just fly to Colombia, to be honest. Yeah,
and we had talked about doing a couple weeks in Panama, but the season for sailing was like just at the cusp of switching over to the really bad season, like December and January. Supposedly there's just a lot more storms and it's just a lot worse to sail because you can get a lot more seasick. So we kind of were feeling a bit of pressure to get the sailing trip done before it was like crazy weather. And cool. Other things? Is there a currency? How's the currency exchange?
Any difficulties? Any stories? Currency exchange. So I think it's harder because we're Canadian and like most things are kind of like the kind of easiest way to think of it is in US dollars. Yeah. And then, but it also is not in US dollars. Like it's in the Colombian peso. The Colombian peso is basically like in thousands. So like,
so 5,000.
Yeah, 5,000 Colombian pesos is one US dollar. Yeah.
So
it's $1 US.
So it's like really big numbers.
Yeah.
But we pretty much always just divide by 5 to get to the US dollar because that is kind of what we get paid in. But then it's kind of confusing when you look at our bank account because then like our bank account is in Canadian dollars. So if we feel like we've been budgeting really well, sometimes we look at our bank account and we're like, wait, what?
We spent like $300 or $400 more than we meant to.
Yeah. But that's fine. Whatever.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Do we have any stories about currency exchanging? Not really. We don't usually use currency exchanges at all. We just withdraw from ATM, so you don't have to deal with negotiating with people. The only thing is that here in Colombia, we've never had this. We've heard about this happening to a lot of people in Southeast Asia, but we've never had it in South America before. But all of the ATMs always ask if you want to use the conversion rate on the ATM. Yeah. So they'll like automatically convert it into Canadian dollars because they see that you have a Canadian account. But the markup is insane. Like it's like 7.5% or something.
Yeah, it's nuts. Like,
and because our card doesn't have foreign transaction fees anyway, so it doesn't charge us if it's in a different currency on our card, then you can decline the conversion rate and it still lets you take out cash, but just like straight value, so no ATM fees or anything.
It's kind of weird because back home when you go to an ATM and if you decline anything on the ATM, it's just your transaction is over. You don't get your money. But here it's like you decline the exchange rate and you just like get it at a flat rate, which is like obviously 1,000 times better.
Yeah.
We probably would be spending like $30 on each withdrawal. If
it was crazy. Yeah. Because 7.5% is a lot. But that's a weird thing that we've been having here, but you just reject it and then good to go. So if you're traveling, definitely get a credit card with no foreign transaction fees.
Yeah, that's
the best.
Big one.
I'm working
Ecuador temporary visa, plan to move there in 23.
Awesome.
It's great.
A lot of people asking if we're going back to Ecuador. I mean, we'd love to.
I never say never.
Yeah,
I honestly, like, it's always just, I don't know.
But I feel like that with every country we visited. I would go back to any of the countries we visited.
Yeah, that's true.
So who knows?
Yeah.
But there's just always new places to explore, you know?
¿Qué les gusta más de Colombia? Contesten en español.
Pressure's on.
Nos gusta la gente. Son muy amables y mucha energía. Siempre riendo. Entonces, muy amables. Sí. Sí. ¿Y qué más? La gente. ¿Qué más?
Los colores.
Los colores, colorido, pintoresco, dice que un conductor de taxi un día. Pero bueno, increíble. Nos encanta Colombia. Plans to visit India.
Ooh.
Wow.
Welcome if you're watching from India. That's fun.
I would love to go to India.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't know. You could literally say any country and I would just love to go there. I think it's just travel. Like once you start traveling, you realize how like accessible the world is. So yeah, I mean, again, nothing is ever off of our list of countries unless it's literally just impossible to get there or like extremely dangerous.
Yeah. Or you can't get a visa.
Or you can't get a visa. Yeah.
But I don't know. We'd go anywhere, really.
Yeah.
We need more years in our life.
Yeah.
At the rate we travel. Yeah. That's okay.
Hi, Andrea.
Hello, Andrea. Someone says we want a live in Spanish. Okay. Pressure's on.
Oh boy.
I feel like,
En español?
Yeah. That'd be a lot of pressure.
Yeah, that would be.
Have you only been in Medellin? No, I don't know. Do we say where we've all been?
Yeah, I mean, we've been in all the major hubs. Like we were in Cartagena. We went to Santa Marta, Minca. We went to Bogota, Salento, and now we're in Medellin. So.
And we'll still do Guatapé and Jardín.
Yeah.
Before we leave. So. Kind of all the major-ish places.
Yeah,
there's still definitely Colombia is huge.
It's massive.
It's a
like
huge
we've actually had to like fly.
Yeah.
A lot of places.
Yeah.
Like we've already taken 2 flights within the country.
Yeah.
Because it's
just so big.
Yeah.
And there's just so much to explore. Like there's some really cool deserts that we're not going to get to.
Yeah.
Cali. I don't know. There's so many places we could go here.
Yeah. I mean, you any country, like you need more than like 3 months to really like get to know it.
Yeah.
That's why ideally in life we'd be in like a country for 6 months every time. At least, because then you really would get to know it. Kind of like Ecuador. That's why we loved Ecuador. It's like we were there for a significant amount of time. Yeah. And we really got to know it very well. And for good reason. That place is awesome.
It's awesome. Someone asked advice for surviving Canadian winter for a new immigrant to the East Coast. That's awesome.
The East Coast.
Welcome to Canada. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I don't know.
We're from Vancouver.
Yeah.
Like we're like Vancouver is like the easy Canada as far as.
But we did spend 4 winters in Edmonton and university. So, what advice do we have?
Dress warm.
Dress warm. Don't wash your hair before you walk outside. Made that mistake once. If you can afford to get like what are those things called? The car starters.
Yeah, like the heater block.
No, but the thing
Block
where you
heater?
like start it from inside.
Oh yeah.
Like an electric starter on your car.
Yeah.
I know one of my
Remote
roommates
start.
had those, and it was the best because you would just start the car from inside. What else? I don't know. Just bundle up.
Just bundle up.
Any other Canadians, you can give them some advice in the comments.
Peter and Dieter from Ishkaluma, Vilcabamba. Say hello. Hello,
that's
guys.
Awesome.
That's great. We miss you guys.
Yeah. We talk about Ishkaluma a lot.
Yeah.
We would love to go back there one day.
Yeah. Big hugs from Colombia.
We're close
Vilcabamba.
neighbors.
Yeah.
Everyone should go to Vilcabamba and say it Ishkaluma.
Yeah, that's right. That is a must.
Okay. Couple more questions maybe? Surviving the North. Yeah. Buy long underwear. Yeah, buy long johns. That's a great
yeah.
Have some like nice thermal layers. That's a must. What else we got here? Just someone said we were just at Ishkaluma per your recommendation. Woo!
Beautiful place.
That's awesome. Cool. Any more questions? Maybe you should stay longer. Yeah, I mean, we're a little bit restricted by visas. We would love to stay. Although I guess in Colombia we could pay for an extended visa too. But,
yeah. Guatemala sometime in the first half of this year. I will start this over. I will be going to Guatemala sometime in the first half of this year. What are your top 3 stops?
Ooh.
Antigua obviously is going to be your number one. We loved Antigua more just because it was just such a quaint little town, and it very colorful, very historic. The temperature is also very nice, and also just like having volcanoes around is just incredible. Like it's just such a unique experience in Guatemala just because of the volcanoes.
And the food was really good there.
Really
like really great Guatemalan food, but also just like any variety of food. If you wanted really good Chinese food, Indian food, like they just had really good restaurants there. Where else? Lake Atitlán, of course, is amazing as well. Yeah. A lake surrounded by volcanoes. What's to go wrong?
Totally. And then Samuk Champe. I think Samuk Champe is a really cool experience as well.
More than Tikal?
Tikal is very cool, but it's harder to get to.
Yeah,
I would say like if you have the time, I would definitely go to Tikal as well. That was just so unique because like the ruins are just so massive.
Yeah.
Like they're just so large.
I think that was our favorite ruins we've been to.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah.
They're just huge, and you can walk all in between. Like it was crazy. We spent 2 days there, and we still like, just in awe. It was really cool.
Mayan ruins are always just really cool.
Yeah. Sorry if you've shown or answered this previously, but have you explored a lot of your own country? We have explored a lot. Not necessarily like west to east coast, but in BC we've explored a ton. Yeah. Like when we were first married, we had an old CRV, like a 90s CRV, and we put a bed in the back of it, like put the back seats down and put it was literally just a piece of plywood with like a 3-inch foam mattress. But we spent like every single weekend that we didn't have an obligation, like we would go somewhere in BC. Like we would go on so many road trips. We had so much fun in that thing. We went to like Tofino and over the island. We drove like all the way north to Terrace to visit friends. We've been, I don't know. So BC, we've explored a lot of BC.
Definitely. But again, I have never been east of Winnipeg, which is kind of pitiful. But I'd love to go to Ontario. Yeah. I'd love to check that out. And Quebec. I've heard really good things about Quebec.
Yeah, Quebec's really cool. I've actually been all the way across. My family did a 4-month road trip in an RV with 8 of us in a little tiny RV when I was in grade 7. So we went all the way across Canada and then down through the States and up. And so I've seen a lot of that, but I would love to go back and see it again as an adult too, because I feel like even in my mind, like some of my favorite memories are like very random things that are not.
Totally.
Yeah, but it was super fun.
Okay, wait. There was one more. Could you live in Cuenca? And then I think we'll do one more question after this.
Okay.
Could you live in Cuenca? Yes. Cuenca, Ecuador.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We loved Cuenca, actually. We were there for 3 weeks. And we stayed right in town, like right close to the church, like the cathedral. And it was just such a cool city. Like it, again, like very colonial, and also with the mountains in the background and
like a rivers
through the town.
Felt very European.
Yeah, definitely. And I think we just weren't really expecting that from Ecuador.
Yeah.
It was definitely like it almost felt out of place, but I mean it's part of Ecuador, so it is.
Yeah.
So
totally.
It was beautiful. We loved it.
I would say the only thing I would wonder about is like the altitude long term.
Yeah. Like, I mean, what is it? Like 2,500 meters?
I thought it was higher than that.
No, I think it's 2,500.
Maybe it is. Yeah. Just like we were out of breath like anytime we took the stairs, you know.
Yeah, that's right.
But I think we would get used to that because even by the end of our like stay,
we had just come from the coast, so it was a little bit harder.
Yeah.
And then what's another one?
We are in Ecuador and we love it here. Super walkable and has everything you need. People are kind, love it. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
You got the travel bug from a young age. Yeah, I did actually.
Yeah.
My parents traveled with us quite a bit, so it's their fault. Mom, if you're watching this, it's your fault that we're here and not at home.
It's your fault. Blame you. So one last question before our next sort of announcement is how do you decide how long you're going to stay in a country, or is it just on a whim? I think it's usually visa based. Most places for tourist visas, at least for Canadians, is you can stay there for 3 months or 90 days. So that's basically usually how we do it. In Ecuador, it was kind of like we stayed there for 3 months and extended it for another 3 months,
which we might do in the future.
Yeah, who knows?
Somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, most of the time it's like 3 months in a place because we like to travel slower, and because we're making videos and different content, it's easier for us just to kind of stay a little bit slower in a country.
Yeah,
a little bit longer.
And we do, like, I guess in Guatemala and Costa Rica we stayed less time, but so usually we make a list of like our top priorities, like for sure places we want to go, and we bank on about a week for each place at the speed we travel. So if we have 6 places we really want to see, we give ourselves like 6 to 8 weeks. But I don't know, it's also kind of random. We just kind of pick, and then you just have to make time for what you have time for.
Pretty much.
Awesome.
Okay, so the next thing, so we want to kind of move this along a little bit, but we have another big announcement, and this one's probably a lot bigger than our last one.
It's a sad one too.
It's a sad one too, and it's a lot to do with our like whole channel, So you probably noticed
we're deleting it all.
Yeah, we're done. No, you probably noticed this already on YouTube, but we're changing our name from the Bombs Away to just Eric and Sarah, and that's just for the channel. It's sad.
Yeah, we feel really sad about it because I feel like we're really attached to the Bombs Away because it was just I don't know, we started it as that, and it has like sentimental value for us. But there's a number of reasons why we're changing it. The first being that because we keep traveling in countries that don't speak English, it's very hard to explain the channel when we talk to people. Like, people are always like, what is your channel? And then we say the Bombs Away, and they kind of just stare at us like, I don't understand. And then like the saying Bombs Away doesn't even translate to other languages.
It's kind of a weird saying to begin with.
It is kind of weird.
But just because we always had it with our last name is Baumhoff, obviously. Yeah. So it was just, a little fun thing to kind of start off our channel. Yeah. And it was just kind of a, hey, let's make some YouTube videos with this. It was more like a hobby thing. Yeah, that's right. But as we kind of like grow the channel and our own brand and things like that, it's actually more professional, in our opinion, just to have it actually just as our names. And it just, again, like, it's just easier to explain. Like, literally every time that somebody would stop us, we would have to type it in for them. Just be like, it's this, it's the Bombs Away. And they're like, oh, cool.
And then we have to explain in Spanish that it's like our last name, and I don't know. It's just always a big thing. And I completely lost my train of thought there.
It's a big deal. Like, we're sad to give it up, but I also think we're excited to just have it as just our names.
Yeah, and we found that we weren't ever really saying the Bombs Away in the YouTube video anymore either. Like
It's always how we
we kind of have to introduce ourselves, and we're like, hey, we're Eric and Sarah. And so then we kind of just felt like, why are we holding on to this name that we're not really using anymore, you know? But it'll always, I don't know, we'll always have started as the Bombs
Absolutely.
Away.
We'll always be the Bombs Away.
Yeah.
At heart.
Because we'll always be away.
Yeah.
But yeah, let us know what you think. It'll just be Eric and Sarah. So it doesn't really change anything for you. It just means that I don't know, you'll just see our name change. Do subscribers have to do anything to change? No, you don't have to do anything.
No, that's right. Yeah, nothing's happening to the channel. It literally, you can already see it on our YouTube channel. It just says Eric and Sarah, the Bombs Away.
Yeah.
Eventually that sort of the Bombs Away part will just be dropped off.
Yeah.
And all of our stuff will be on the same channel.
Yeah, it'll be the exact same. We just wanted to officially announce it so that if our videos show up, you're not like, who are Eric and Sarah?
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully you would recognize our faces, but you know.
Yeah.
Just kind of want to share our reasoning, you know?
Totally.
Yeah, how's our list? Any more things? We made a list for this because we're notorious at forgetting things.
Well, obviously, like the beginning of this was not very good.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have things set up.
Yeah, cool. So, I mean, that's kind of it for us. We'd love to know what you think of our name change. We'd also love to know if you like a live stream like this. Should we do one once a month or every other month? Or is it boring? I don't know.
Yeah.
And we'd also love to know what kind of videos you like to see in this next year too. I mean, we have some big plans, but we would love feedback on whether you like food tours or city tours or activities or day in the life or you want just a cinematic video. I don't know. Tell us what you want. That's nice. Someone said everyone should like the live stream while it's going on. It helps the algorithm.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
actually.
do it. Give it a like.
Yeah. That's great. All of the above. Yeah, everything.
There's definitely a delay because we like awkwardly sit here.
This is always the funny thing is every time we ask, like we put polls on our like community page too.
Yeah.
Of like, oh, what kind of videos do you like? And like 90% of people are like, all of them. And we're like, thanks.
No, it's super nice. Just yeah.
Yeah. Thanks so much for coming on here too. Oh, yeah, okay. Got some questions?
Okay. Well, we can get into that. Someone asked, Sarah, you briefly mentioned suffering from migraines. Do you feel like traveling increases your symptoms or is it about the same? I have them as well and I'm just curious. I don't even know. Yeah, I think so. I do get them a lot less when I'm traveling, I would say, but I don't know if it's traveling specific or what. I think for me, there's definitely some weather things that affect it. So like when we go home and it's a lot rainier or cold, we're at home in September when it was super smoky in BC and I was super sick. And then, yeah, so when we're traveling, I definitely feel better in like the warm weather and when it's sunny. Yeah. But I also feel like that's kind of my personality too. Like I just really like the warm weather. So I don't know if it's also kind of like connected to a mental thing where like when I'm feeling good, I don't get migraines as much. I also like just feel really good and happy when we're traveling and more relaxed. You know, like we work a ton, but I have a little bit more freedom to work like when I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
Whereas at home there was like, you know, when you're working like a 9-to-5 job, like I worked at a school and you can't just like call in sick all the time because you're not feeling good.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's like, okay, if I'm all of a sudden not feeling good, I can take an afternoon off or just take the day a little bit slower and almost like not having the pressure of that. Like I just don't feel as sick as often, but it's almost because I don't have a pressure of like, well, tomorrow I like have this really big thing I need to do at school. So I need to be feeling good. And then like the whole night I'm kind of stressing about that. And then in the morning it's like, okay, well now I feel sick, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. And who knows, maybe like food related stuff too. Like I have realized that dairy is a huge thing for me. And I think at home, we just have a lot more dairy. There's a lot more baking or milk or other things that have dairy. Whereas when we're traveling, we don't have any dairy pretty much because it's just not very common to drink milk, and we don't really like
we also
the cheese
eat
here.
like a significantly like less meat as well.
And just a cleaner diet, like a lot more veggies and fruit and stuff. So I don't know, that doesn't really answer your question. I do have a lot less migraines and like dizziness when I'm traveling, but I don't know what the answer is, and I'm sorry that you have migraines too, because they suck really bad. And don't wish that on anyone. Oh man, now we're getting southern. Yeah, well, I mean, that's kind of like a weird sad note to finish on, but
we don't let you finish.
I don't know. Most people are just saying thank you. That's nice. Yeah, thanks everyone for watching.
There was one more question. Maybe I should. How is the cost of living in Ecuador compared to Colombia?
Oh, yeah.
For us, we find that Colombia is cheaper. Maybe not by like a whole lot. It kind of depends where you are. Yeah,
I don't know if I agree.
No?
We were discussing this, but I honestly think it's really hard to compare for a number of reasons. When we were in Ecuador, it was still COVID.
Yeah. So
we found like we could book places super last minute, and there would still be like quite a few available for like a decent cost. Whereas like we find here in the bigger cities, like in Medellin and Bogota, like to find a nicer place has been a bit harder. Like you almost have to up your price a little bit. But I also think the other thing that makes it hard is our standards are just way higher now. Like when we were in Ecuador, we would just stay in like literally just the crappiest place ever. And we didn't care if there was like cockroaches and I don't even know. Like, whereas I feel like now, because we're just like doing a lot more work, like we always want a desk, we need good Wi-Fi. We like to have a space where we can cook and it's not a shared space. So I think our standards are also higher. So it's hard to compare the price.
So like that's as far as like accommodation goes.
Yeah, accommodation.
But as far as like food and travel and things like that, I would say it is cheaper.
Yeah, that's
not by much, like maybe 10% cheaper.
Yeah, I would say food is cheaper. Yeah.
But I mean, we're probably eating when we do eat out, it costs us maybe like what? $5 each. $5 each
for
maybe.
Like a decent
for like
meal.
A really good meal.
Yeah, so it's pretty
Which one should I travel to, Colombia or Ecuador? If I could only pick one.
Well, if you travel this month, you should come to Colombia, Mom, because we're here. Come visit us. That's so hard. I don't know. I feel like that's really hard.
Yeah, I would say if you have more time than Ecuador.
Oh, that's funny. I was almost going to say the opposite.
No, because when you're in Ecuador, to get to the coast is a lot more of a ordeal.
Right, but in Colombia, you pretty much have to fly everywhere.
I guess. Yeah, that's true. Never mind.
Like if you're so dumb.
I'm so stupid.
I don't know. I think it's hard. I think it just depends on what you want. I think the coast in Ecuador, I liked better. Yeah. Like a lot more beaches and small towns.
Yeah.
We would say the cities in Colombia we like better.
Yeah.
Like I would say Medellin and Bogota we like better than Quito and Guayaquil.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
We like both so much.
Both.
I don't know.
Go to both.
Just go to both.
Go everywhere. Just
go everywhere.
Just do it.
Yeah. I would say, I don't know. Maybe if you're like a new traveler, maybe Ecuador is a bit easier to navigate.
Yeah.
I don't know. That wasn't really a proper answer. Sorry, Mom. Cool. Amazon Ecuador. Will you go back to Ecuador? Yeah, I know a lot of people are asking us if we're going to go back to Ecuador. We already answered that, but not this time. Someday. Sure we will. What? Do you want to answer that?
Yeah, okay. Do you have a way for us to send donations, a Cash App or Zello? I don't know what that is. But
First, thank you.
Yeah,
that's
thank
really
you so
nice.
much. That's really sweet. We actually have, we use Buy Me a Coffee. which is basically just it has like we have different memberships. It's kind of like Patreon if you've seen that on other people's channels. And basically like either you can send like a one-time sort of support, which is whatever, like $5 or something like that.
Yeah.
And then there's like memberships where you actually get something each month from us. We have one membership that has just, what is it, like monthly?
Yeah, monthly like travel guides. Like I send out like a 4 to 6 page travel guide on like where we've currently been and all our Airbnbs and everything. And then the second tier is you get that, and we do a Zoom call every month. So you should sign up for one of those. That's right. Then we get a chat with you every month.
Yeah, totally. Thank you so much. Also, another option is if you actually look on the YouTube app or YouTube just in general, there is like a what they call a super thanks, which is kind of the same thing. So you can like just
it's like on the bottom right, and then you can, I don't know.
There's a
give
little
us money through
give
this.
us money,
I don't know. I feel so weird about that.
It's,
Thank you so much for asking.
Thanks.
That's really nice.
Sweet. Yeah.
You absolutely do not need to do that, but we appreciate you asking. That's really kind. Cool. Eric, you want to answer the one last one, and then we'll call it quits?
Oh boy. One last question for me. Left field question to Eric. What hair products do you use? I use
these luscious locks.
Nothing. I put nothing in my hair.
Yeah, what's your shampoo?
Okay, I shampoo. I put shampoo. I clean my hair when I shower with Head and Shoulders. If anyone
the Old Spice smell.
If anyone from Head and Shoulders is watching, they can sponsor us.
Yeah. You should ask people if you should cut your hair.
Everyone, don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you. Wow, Krista Thompson, you're great.
Yeah. Someone said, saw a Spanish travel book on your table in your last video.
Ooh.
Have you been? Oh, wow. Very observant.
Very observant.
That's awesome. That was actually Eric's mom's travel book. I have actually been to Spain before, and I loved it.
Yeah.
It's on the list.
It is on the list.
It is actually.
Somebody asked earlier about visiting all 22 Spanish-speaking countries, and obviously Spain would be on that list if we decide that that's what we're doing.
Yeah. But yeah, I have been, and I really loved it. I think Spain was, top 3 of my favorite Europe countries. Yeah. So maybe.
Yeah, I'd love to go.
Yeah.
I've never been to Europe.
We need more months in the year.
Yeah.
Or just like days in the month.
Days in a month.
Maybe more.
Hours in a day.
More years of life.
Minutes in an hour.
Anyways, we're spiraling. Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for joining. This was really awesome. We had fun. We hope you had fun. Yeah. Maybe we'll start doing this more frequently.
Yeah. Do you think we should do this more frequently? Let us know. And maybe we will. Maybe we won't.
Yeah. We hope you all have a great New Year's Day.
Yeah, that's right. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Yeah. Thanks for joining us.
Hey guys, how's it going? Great. Thank you.
Yeah. And
take care.
Watch our video next Saturday.
That's right.
Hopefully it's ready by then.
Cool.
Okay. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Bye.
How do we end it?
How do we end it?
Ah.
How do we end it?
Make it stop.
How do we end this one?